Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Rundown, episode 124, because I think the last episode was 123. I think that's wrong, though, because we've only done 23 episodes of the Rundown and like 120 episodes or something of the Aftershock Corner. So whatever...
Yeah, man, it's just corner.
Yeah. Well, the Aftershock Corner goes with it, too. And
Yeah,
so whatever, like, 123 plus 23 is that's the number of the episode it is. It will be in the title. I'll do my old not so good math skills, which the calculator will be there for that. So
the calculator.
It's the best part. They never make mistakes. So and if the people that tell you that they do make mistakes, they're just trying to make you feel smarter than you already are. So and they don't buy that type of crap. Don't not buy it.
I'm going to buy it. I'm just going to buy everything.
You would. But I'm Owen the Birdman Finch, the best host ever on planet Earth of this show, who finally got the intro right. Sort of. And I'm here with my... You don't really guess anymore. I'm more like a co-host at this point.
Esteemed colleague.
Steve Cawley?
I'm the esteemed colleague.
Oh, the esteemed colleague. I thought you said Steve Cawley. I was like, who the hell is that? Like...
I'm just Steve Cawley.
And yeah, we're actually going to have like a first like traditional show. Because last week was kind of like just talking about everything, not really having like much of a structure. Not that we ever had one anyways, but...
we never have structure.
But this time we're just going to talk about all of the WWE shows that have taken place this week. And this is it, Chris. Matches 2 and 3 of the best of 3 series are on this show.
Yep. It has to be a winner.
So that's exciting.
I need a tie or win.
You need a tie, a takeover, or a win. And then obviously one of us has to win at the Royal Rumble. Before I start, I get to ask you the $1 million question. And obviously there's no right or wrong answer, so you don't actually get $1 million. I don't know why people ask that if it's no right or wrong answer, because it's a yes or no question. So
but at the same time, you're not getting $1 million.
No. So does that mean I'm paying $1 million for this $1 million question?
You might be paying $1 million for the $1 million question.
If I buy the replica $1 million championship, can I just use that towards the this question?
Yes.
Okay. So, well, safe. Question I have: on a scale from 1 to 10, you can go 0 and -5 too. When you can't break the scale. I guess you could break the scale. You could say 15 or whatever. That's as high as you can go. Break the scale. How excited are you for Royal Rumble weekend? The whole weekend included NXT TakeOver and Royal Rumble.
I'm not gonna lie, kind of forgot it was this weekend, but I would give it a solid about 7.
I think I'm in agreement with you. I think I'm gonna go.
I don't want to be like 27. I don't want to be an idiot.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
I might go. I'm gonna go though a little bit above with an 8, because I think you're gonna be watching the Rumble by yourself, and you have to probably watch them. So that's probably not gonna be fun for you. I already have my locked.
I have no friends.
Yes. Because you waited too long to ask to host it, so
yeah, I did. Well, you already had plans anyway, so you weren't coming over anyway.
Yeah, but the other people could have come over though, and you could have done a fun live reaction thing and everything. So
come on, friends.
But I think what's also putting it up to an 8 is TakeOver. It just brings it up a whole
the weekend in general, yeah.
Especially to obviously when we do the predictions, I'll say. By the way. You did not watch my appearance on NoDQ.com, right?
No, I didn't watch it.
Okay, good, because then you would have tied automatically at TakeOver because I made an appearance on there. So I even said that right before we started recording. I was even skeptical about going on. I don't want to go on this show and then have Chris watching it and you probably
stealing your picks.
Yeah, and obviously we already have decisions of tiebreakers and for each show. So that way, because the Rumble, because TakeOver we can tie, but I have a plan for the tiebreaker, so that way we won't tie. but obviously we still could tie. But
Hopefully we won't.
But I got to give it an 8 though. I'm very excited for Takeover. The match I'm looking forward to the absolute most this weekend, I'll just say, is because I think this will be match of the weekend. Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano. I think that's going to be match of the weekend right there. Like nothing's going to top that match. If that match isn't match of the weekend, that's going like into the like most disappointing match of the year category. So,
yeah. I don't know. Some good matches on that card.
there is, but I think that would be match of the weekend.
That one definitely does because obviously, the Ricochet factor.
Yeah, and Johnny Gargano though, he's had like
Johnny
think about every
Gargano,
takeover he's been in, he's been like match of the night. Like,
oh yeah, but add Ricochet to that,
yeah,
and you got a instant classic in the making.
exactly. And then obviously the if the match I'm looking forward to the least this weekend is probably Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Honestly, nothing against them, but they're just not interested in that. So.
For me, it's Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler.
Oh,
because I hate both of them.
Oh yeah, so you put. I never feel it. One of them could win you over though.
Neither of them will win me over.
It's very hard to win you over though. I noticed because once you make up your not. Have you ever? This will be another $1 million question. So I have to get a second custom made $1 million championship. Has there ever been, because it seems like you've never changed your mind. Have you ever changed your mind on a wrestler? Like you hate, name one wrestler.
It's tough. There's so many. Seth Rollins.
You didn't like Seth Rollins at first?
When he turned heel.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually, you'd be surprised, but I mean, I didn't hate him, but I thought I wasn't like much of a fan of Tyler Bate until like I actually like seen him wrestle like in the first UK Championship tournament.
Yeah.
Because like his Bop and Bane thing.
I don't even. Because nowadays I just like everybody.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like I can't.
But yeah, let's get right into this show. We're gonna review everything. We're gonna go in chronological order with how everything aired. One of the shows is really tough. I can't tell Chris what the show is because it'll just shut me down. It's tough because it goes on Hulu, so we don't exactly know what it is. So I just go, with how I watched it. But
it better not be main event.
that was that malfunction right there because I didn't want you to know I was going to say main event. So you do gotta get those
talking about that main event show.
No, you gotta hear those. You gotta hear the award-winning matches on that show at least.
I don't want anything to do with main event.
But yeah, let's start with
main event.
So let's start with Monday Night Raw. Obviously you're gonna do the notes this week because
obviously
because usually on the old Aftershock corner you would do the notes. We stopped doing. Usually I would do all the notes because you had to be on your phone anyways, and obviously if you left the hangout, like overreacted and was like, "Where you going?" and like kick you off.
It was the worst.
So on Skype, hopefully you can leave Skype and just do it. So
well, I'm on two different types of technologies.
Yeah, so cool. You got that going on.
On my iPad and my phone, I can use two at the same time.
So let's talk about Raw. Say what had happened. Say the commentary team and
Okay. So this doesn't have that commentary team on here. At least I don't think it does, because it just goes in depth about everything. But
you should know who the commentary team.
You should know the commentary teams are by now. It's Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and someone else. Renee Young. There we go.
You forgot Renee Young.
I almost forgot Renee Young because
that's not a good sign about her commentary work.
Well, she can't be she was awesome in NXT, and then if you go back and watch her on NXT, in the early years of NXT when she was with Matt Bloom and whatnot, she was awesome.
Well, she was awesome too in the
part of the show every week.
She was awesome in the Mae Young Classics too.
If she's given the opportunity to commentate a match and not sound bored to death, then she's really good.
I feel like the Raw
just stupid script.
I feel like the Raw commentary team is just a flat out mess because it seems like no matter who you could put more Wanalo out there, and they would find a way to make it bad.
Oh yeah, like and especially like the Dean Ambrose stuff. Like it's head scratching. Like every time it comes out, Corey will say something, and then
Yeah,
Renee, and then Renee will get all upset and then say something back, and
that's
it's
part
just
of what
banter.
that's part of what ruined the match at TLC too, because it was all that match was with the
A blood
commentary.
feud that has wrestling in it.
Yeah, and also too, like, for example, for like the revival matches, she's like siding with Corey Graves all of a sudden. Like, we'll get into that, but all right, talk about. Let's get right into this Raw show though.
Nitty gritty. So show opens up with a package for a very well done video package to Martin Luther King Jr. It was Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday, as we know, every MLK Day they do a very well done video package as sort of a tribute to MLK.
I think this is the best one they ever done.
Oh yeah, like, it was really long too, but it was really good.
I mean, I'm not gonna make any like additional comments because obviously because this is kind of controversial with, you know, how WWE is associated itself with this and that, but this isn't really the video for that. So
yeah.
But you get what I'm getting at. But I'm just
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Especially too because Brock and Haymoin.
Huh?
Brock and the Man Hay.
Yep.
Yeah, so Brock and Heyman come out and they're putting over number one contenders left and right. Yep. But then out comes Vince.
Mm-hmm.
Vince comes out, huge reaction, as always. But of course, as become a staple with Vince McMahon over the period of time that he's been on television, is his obvious like heel tendencies.
Exactly, yeah.
He'll come out as the babyface, he'll get a huge reaction, and then he'll heel it up minutes into it. Yeah. And I'm like it's the same thing every week. He comes out, does his entrance, loves the crowd reaction, and then halfway through turns heel on him again. It's the same thing every week.
It is, yeah. I give it a pass though, because you don't see Vince every week though, so.
Yeah, that's true. But we've been seeing him a lot recently.
Yeah.
And it's been the same shtick. And he comes out, and this is post. Okay, so he set up in that segment. He set up a fatal 4-way match. What was that? That was the week before, right?
That was the week. This is the one he was going over like the David Goliath like story, but
yeah, the David and Goliath story, and he asked Paul Heyman, who's Jewish, if he's ever read the Bible before, and Paul Heyman with the jab of the segment says, "I don't read the Bible," because obviously he doesn't because he's Jewish.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was hilarious. And so he goes on to very poorly done David and Goliath.
Yeah.
Retort, and then out comes Braun. And as you know, the week before, Braun was taken out of this title match and fined a boatload of money for destroying Mr. McMahon's personal limousine.
Yep.
He comes out and says that he deserves a shot at the Universal title, which he does. He deserves a shot, but they're never going to give it to him, ever. At this rate, I don't think so.
No. Well, he didn't say though, like right now though. He said after the Royal Rumble.
I just don't think he's going to ever win. I think he's just going to be the Big Show.
Yeah.
Kind of like, monster kind of baby face like that. Was a threat to Brock. Never beats him.
I'll ask the question too. Is it me or is like Braun Strowman has kind of lost all his steam? Like he doesn't feel as hard as he did like in 2017 and the beginning of 2018. He just doesn't.
I feel like it's died down. It's because of the stupid storylines he was in.
Yeah, and the injury. I think the injury too.
Yeah, and the get these hands chant isn't really getting over as well as it was before.
I think too. The death nail in his like career was when he stupidly turned heel.
Yeah, that was utterly pointless.
Yeah.
They could have
Well,
had the Shield go after anybody else but him.
yeah. Well, obviously it's kind of pointless now because they obviously had to change plans because of Roman's leukemia and stuff. So
Yeah,
it was still I still think it wasn't necessary to turn him heel.
It's completely unnecessary to begin with.
Yeah. Like I would still be saying that like without Roman's leukemia.
Yeah, it was just a stupid pairing in general.
And then the match with Brock at Crown Jewel did him no favors either.
Oh, the burial.
Yeah.
That was his complete burial.
Yeah.
And
then him getting I mean, I know it was like 3-on-1, but him getting taken out by like Corbin, because it just doesn't seem like something that would be Strowman like. So.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's definitely that killed the steam a little bit.
Yeah.
But Finn Balor comes out and says that he wants to challenge Brock Lesnar because I don't remember the wording exactly that he said, but I think it was along the lines of like I want to be Universal Champion.
Yeah.
I don't think he used the I never got my rematch because that's invalid because he did.
Yeah.
But that, as we'll find out later on in the show, yes, he wins. But then they set a match off between Balor and Strowman, which ends in disqualification.
Well, there's a nitpick. There's really not a nitpick, but there's a weird part of this match where Finn Balor like goes to dive. No, Strowman throws Balor like out of the ring, and Lesnar catches him in the belly-to-belly suplex. And the referee doesn't call for a disqualification at
That's
that
clear
point.
as day. Yep, that was clear as day. A disqualification.
But
that was the stupidest thing ever.
So then the match continues, and Balor's about to win and everything, and then he gets hit with the F5. At some reason, that was when the referee was like, okay,
"That triggers a disqualification, not the fucking belly-to-belly suplex, but the F5."
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That was stupid.
So Balor ends up winning by disqualification.
And he put him over really strong because he got a lot of offense in on Brock. He was going to beat. He probably. I feel like. I mean, you could say he could have beat Strowman since he hit him with his finish, but I'm just going to guess Strowman would have kicked out of it But
yeah, I guess that saves it a little bit too.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest though. I wasn't feeling this segment. I don't think anyone got over in this segment. Brock was still Brock Lesnar. Finn still got laid out, and Braun. This did no favors. I think Braun came out of this the worst because
he got his ass beat.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
so
because at least like Finn got some offense in on Brock.
Yeah.
But like, what was Strowman's purpose in the match?
And this confused me too because I thought the whole reason that wasn't the whole reason, but I thought the main reason they changed the match was because Strowman wasn't cleared to wrestle. And then they did this match. I was like, what the hell is going on here? So
yeah, it was really confusing.
Yeah. I wonder if the WWE knows about these reports and are trying to kind of counteract it in a way and stuff.
Oh, definitely they are. Even more now so than ever.
Yeah, especially
there's so many leaks.
Yeah.
From inside the company now.
So I wonder if maybe Strowman really wasn't ready to go, but they had him wrestle just so that way they would shut up the news sites.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think so.
But yeah, this segment really didn't do anything for me.
It didn't either. And this segment doesn't do anything for me either.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews ruins Bobby Lashley's celebration. And then, as you could tell, they had a match.
Yeah.
But Lashley comes out with Leo Rush and they start it was kind of like a championship celebration.
Yep.
And comes out and he starts posing. And luckily, at this point in time, we didn't see Lashley's favorite pose.
Thank God.
Thank God. But Apollo Crews comes out, got an actual pretty good reaction.
Yeah, he showed some nice personality here too.
He comes out and he starts messing with Lashley. Like, they both start doing a pose down, but Apollo's not taking it seriously, joking around beforehand. Obviously, he's getting the bigger reaction.
Yeah,
and before he could finish one of his poses, Lashley attacks him from behind, and that starts their eventual matchup.
Yeah.
Which Lashley wins with the spear.
So I actually liked the pose down. I thought it was something different, but then they lost me when they did the match and just had Lashley win. It was just really pointless. I think they should have just carried this. They should have actually had like an actual feud and build this match up to like not the Rumble obviously, but like a pay-per-view, like what the
whatever.
Yeah, I felt like that, like this. Like it's just really weird. Like Apollo Crews like is getting pushed but not getting pushed at the same time. Like occasionally he'll get like an Intercontinental title match or like a match with the champion, but then he'll like lose the match out of nowhere and stuff. It's just
they put in like a good effort, and then it's like not quite.
Like, I mean, I'm not the sports guy, but I'm just gonna use it. Picture like a basketball player that puts in the effort but never quite gets to the win. Well, not the win, but gets the winning point or get any shots. I think people would say he's putting in a good effort, but he's not as good as everyone say he is.
Oh yeah.
And that's what Apollo. That's how Apollo Crews is acting right now. So.
Oh yeah.
I do gotta say, by the way, though, I was surprised there was no mention of. I mean, I guess if they were in New Orleans, maybe they would have, but I was surprised there was no mention of the Pats winning, because I know typically when the Pats have gone to the Super Bowl, Raw usually tries to fit like a Pats joke in there somewhere or something.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I think that they'll definitely probably do that if they win the Super Bowl or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
what next? They'll do something on Raw like Stephanie McMahon. Because I remember when I went to Raw, I know this is off topic, but Stephanie McMahon will like randomly be a face, putting over the Patriots. And I remember I went with like my cousin and my uncle. They cheered, and I was just like, "This is," because I'm not a sports guy anyways. But it's like, this is stupid because Stephanie McMahon just can't make up her mind ever if she wants to be a face or a heel.
She can't.
So that's why I
guess the Authority stable's like a face now.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Well, here's what I think it is. I think obviously Shane's a face. I'm surprised Stephanie hasn't showed up actually. I'm guessing like she'll be back around WrestleMania time, but I think she'll be the heel. I think Triple H is tweener because that Seth Rollins thing I think kind of made him a heel, but he's kind of a tweener.
Yeah. I think he's tweener leading face.
And then I think Vince is definitely a heel. So
yeah.
But anyhow, I like the pose down. Didn't like that they did a match. The match was fine, but
it just like was unnecessary.
Yeah.
You could have just had Lashley look strong, and then it sets up something in the future.
Yeah.
So Seth Rollins comes out, cuts a promo about how passionate he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about
just like
the War Rumble.
He kind of used like what Martin Luther King wanted and stuff in his promo. Like everything Martin Luther King believed in, Seth Rollins gonna try to tie it in with his promo. So
yeah, it was
really kind of weird that he mentioned that like nobody.
Promo.
He doesn't. It is kind of weird they mentioned that no one like thinks he's gonna win the Rumble. But if you go watch every YouTube channel, like everyone's like he's like the main pick for everybody. So I don't know what delusional reality Seth Rollins is living in. So, but so like Seth Rollins think the fans doesn't have faith in him. I guess Chris, we can't pick Seth Rollins because we don't think he's gonna win. So
he's not believable.
Yep. But yeah.
So McIntyre comes out and they get into a little bit of a back and forth action, and that leads into a match between the two of them. Very, very, very good match.
I think this was the best match on the show, with
Rollins picking up the win against Drew.
And I do like how Rollins won with a roll-up because it still keeps Drew looking strong and stuff.
Oh, no, it doesn't sound like he hit him with the stomp or he hit him with the knee.
Yeah. I noticed, too, by the way, Michael Cole, earlier in the show, accidentally said the curb stomp. And then in this match, he had to, like, home in that it's actually called the Stomp because he repeatedly said the Stomp like a handful of times. So I think because I don't think they wanted to make people believe that they're gonna go back to the curb stomp. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
So-
I liked this. Also, because this is very significant, they're really pushing Drew now too because they're making it seem like he's the one that injured John Cena, and his participation in the Royal Rumble is questionable. Which I'll just say this right now because we'll get in. I know like Cena was never meant to be in the Royal Rumble, but I think Cena is going to be in the Rumble. I don't think he's not hurt. I think at this point, just put him in the Royal Rumble because they can't. Because Lars Sullivan was supposed to have taken him out. They don't even know if Sullivan's going to be called up at this point. Put him in the Rumble, have him eliminate Drew McIntyre, and set up a WrestleMania match with them. I know everyone wants to. I'd rather see McIntyre versus Cena, honestly. Anyways, at WrestleMania, it's too soon for Lars Sullivan to be involved in that.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you could say Cena's putting people over, but who even knows with all that stuff going on with Lars if he would even go over. I don't think they put him over.
Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, it's still Cena, and I just I don't know. I feel like he put Drew over, and Drew would benefit more from the win than Lars would.
Yeah. I think he would. Yeah.
Because Drew's like locked to be like he's gonna be Universal Champion next year. A win over Cena would do him more favors. Because Lars, like, who even knows how Lars would do after the feud with Cena.
Oh yeah.
And if he has an anxiety attack again, they're not gonna push him.
Oh yeah. And this next match is absolutely pointless. And I really did not give a flying fuck about this match. But Lucha House Party defeated the Singh Brothers and Jinder Mahal. Yay! Don't even talk about it. Let's just move right on.
Well, I want to ask, was there a botch in this match?
I don't think I could.
Ended really
That
weird.
just seemed to kind of end, like just out of nowhere.
So I think something got messed up.
Right into another boring ass match. Elias vs. Baron Corbin, 65,000. Corbin wins.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. What a way to, you turn Elias' face.
Yeah.
And then he jobs up to Baron Corbin every week. Wow.
Yeah.
Even better.
This match was just there. I don't like matches that are just there. I like them to be there.
Those two matches back to back were just there.
Yeah. I like matches to happen for a reason.
Like, Elias is super over. He's super popular.
Yeah.
Like, with the whole singing gimmick and everything. And they're just, like, killing every form of momentum that he's having.
Yeah. I want to say this, too. Did you know there's a pattern on this show, by the way? Someone would cut a promo, then it would lead to a match, and then it's like...
Yeah, I didn't think of that until now. Yeah, that's how basically the beginning of the show started off as.
Yeah. I mean, I know some of the matches were booked anyways, but I'm just saying this show was very formulaic. They did a promo.
I think the first three.
Yeah.
The beginning segment had the promo match. Second segment had the segment match. Third segment match.
Well, I think the main event was that way too, because Ronda had the interview backstage before that. So
yeah. But a moment of bliss was next. You notice how they said they were gonna sex up Alexa Bliss? Man, how fast was that dropped?
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed.
Like, they showed her changing, and then they haven't even mentioned it since then.
No.
But Alexa comes out and starts talking with Nia Jax for the 83rd week in a row.
Thank God
it was interrupted.
Thank God she was interrupted right away too.
I'm not even gonna go like in order, but there must have been 5 or 6 women's wrestlers who came out and interrupted each other, saying they were gonna all win the fucking Royal Rumble. Okay, we'll get the shit at this point.
It was basically the whole roster, I think, except the Boss Hug connection and Ron and Natty, because
then Nikki Cross was just there.
I didn't like that.
They tried to do a huge pull apart brawl.
Yeah.
Where they just keep brawling. And then Alexa announces that she's in the Rumble.
They went that surprise.
Oh, Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans comes out and says that she's nasty.
No, she says the wrestlers are nasty. She didn't say she was nasty.
That's how I interpreted it.
Oh, okay.
Calling Alexa Bliss nasty.
Oh, I thought you were saying. I interpreted like the way you sounded like that. Lacey Evans called herself nasty.
Lacey Evans is a disgusting human being. But I don't even know like that. Yeah.
I'll just say this. I hope this is the end of the Moment of Bliss because the only good one has been.
It was Alexa announced it first, and then Lacey Evans came out and said that she was going to win the Royal Rumble and that she was in it. To absolutely, positively, no reaction. Crickets.
I don't think I mean, I can't really blame Lacey Evans for the fact she got crickets though, because the segment was just in a downward spiral already too, though. So
it's just like I would have just saved it the Rumble because I think she would have got a bigger reaction.
Yeah, because everyone will know because more people will know who she is. Because
people watch. They do it on a go home show to Raw.
Yeah,
and it just felt flat.
I also think
even crickets. There was nothing. No one made a fucking sound.
I also think they should have saved Alexa. Like they should have had Alexa come out as a surprise appearance at the Rumble too.
I think so too, but I think it meant more than I think about it now. I think it meant more that she announced it because it adds a little bit more intrigue. And I don't know, like just by the look of it, like does it look like they're going like with Alexa versus Lacey Evans?
I have no idea. They could put them together as a team though too.
With the way that she was like talking down to Alexa.
Yeah.
Like I think it would be like Alexa's the babyface versus the heel.
Yeah.
And Lacey Evans, which would be different. It'd be so because she's never been a babyface on the main roster before. No. She actually hasn't been a babyface since like 2015.
14, I think. No, 15. Yeah, too. Yeah.
15 because she was doing the pixie dust cheerleader gimmick.
That was bad.
Everyone's got to start from something.
Yeah. And that was not NXT's fault. That was Alexa's fault too. And
there's just not a really. I mean, still hot. It's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
Heavy Machinery made their debut against the Ascension. I really did. I kind of like it was. I like this match, and I like the fact that Dozer was using all of his goofy moves and his like the caterpillar and that weird like leg thing, like the weird dancing elbow thing that he did.
I think that's the caterpillar. I think
the caterpillar is the worm.
Yeah.
And then what he did with like when he was like dancing.
Yeah.
Like when he was like standing like by the ropes. And he was like moving his leg around. Like that was pretty funny.
And then
like the caterpillar.
And the compactor, I like that tag team.
I like that, but I think wouldn't that hurt like Dozovich too at the same time? Because Tucker's the one that lands on top of him too, and Tucker's a big dude also.
Well, maybe because Otis Dozovic's so big that it doesn't affect him.
It could be.
Because like sometimes like the big wrestlers will get hit with like a back or with the chair and it doesn't affect them. Maybe this is the same thing.
Yeah, but
I like this.
Heavy Machinery actually, as the match went along, they got it. The crowd was actually starting to get into it. So I wonder what it would be like in their matches, like, and as time goes along, like they'll get more over and over. But like, they're pop like intensified like as the match went along.
I agree with that.
And like towards the end of the match, they got a really big pop.
And a lot of people like were high on this match because, quote unquote, it did a better debut for the Heavy Machinery than last week. Which obviously I disagree with that because I know like we talked about, but Heavy Machinery, the people that hated their debut last week don't like praise their NXT one because that's exactly how they were in NXT.
Oh, I know, yeah. Pretty lady.
Yeah. That's exactly how Otis Dozovic is in real life. Like, I guess if James, and this has a lot of weight. I know this is if James is saying that they weren't messed up on the main roster, then that's a fact because obviously, as we know, James says
James
everybody gets.
hates the main roster.
Yeah, so if James is liking it, then they're doing something right.
Yeah. So this next segment is really odd.
What was it? I don't even remember.
Vince McMahon's backstage with the Revival,
Yep.
and he's
I feel
talking to them about because they want a tag team title match for the 50th week in a row, which I'm not against.
Oh, by the way, you did forget something because we should mention that EC3 had like a cameo appearance on this show.
Oh yeah, he was backstage as a Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
Was coming to. They did that the typical commercial break. Watch them walk to the ring thing.
Well, Elias. It was actually Elias, not Heavy Machinery.
Was it? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. Because and for some reason EC3 was mute. I don't get why. That was stupid. But anyway, it's really just like odd. But basically Vince grants them their tag team title match.
Yeah.
And they want a referee of their choice. And Kurt Hawkins walks into the frame, and Vince chooses him. Basically, doesn't even give them the choice.
Yeah.
They start buttering him up and everything.
I did like about the segment too is Kurt Hawkins was trying to ask for another match, and Vince was just like, "You've lost enough matches. You had enough opportunities." And Kurt Hawkins like, "I like Kurt Hawkins with yesterday, but it's the streak, man. It's a streak."
That streak. I also heard some interesting rumors that eventually the Revival are going to turn face, like relatively soon. And I think it could be something like new and fresh for them.
Yeah.
Because I think right now they're stuck as being this bland, like, heel tag team that just, like, wins a few matches and then, like, goes back down to, like, nothing again.
Well, it's not that they're bland. It's that if the WWE
it's just the way that their gimmick is. I mean, they're not bland in general.
Yeah.
It's just how they're portrayed that way.
But if they really push them like how they were in NXT, they wouldn't be bland though.
Yeah, no, they weren't bland in NXT. They were charismatic.
Yeah.
They were dominant. They were awesome down in NXT. Yeah. It's just it hasn't translated to the main roster, which it should have. But that's
well, I feel like it hasn't translated because I feel like it hasn't translated because the WWE won't give them that chance, won't give it a chance to translate.
Yeah. And I wonder what they're gonna do. Because would they do a double turn?
Well, the problem is too, if you have them go face, I'm guessing you would have Rude and Gable go heel, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking is good. Like, would they cheat to win at the Rumble and just kind of like send the like that way, or like later on down? Like, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but that's kind of what their plan is in a way to try to keep them.
Yeah.
But from what I read in that same article was the contract sign up for another year, so they're up in 2020.
Yeah, so I think, and obviously it's being reported the AEW because a lot of things are being reported about notice by the way because AEW starting up, so they're trying to make us think that they're
everything.
Yeah, but they can't anyway. But they can't even if the contracts are up.
Yeah, they're not gonna. WWE's not gonna let anyone go.
Yeah.
Unless if the contract is actually up.
What's that? Because obviously, what I find kind of funny is this week there might be reasons for this though. Mike and Maria Kanellis out on the road this week, and it's the Royal Rumble week. So I want to
that situation is very interesting. I can't tell whether that's a storyline or not.
Yeah.
Because usually they don't announce that they've been taken off the road unless something's happened.
And their network show was pulled too.
Yeah, so that's either he's going to come back as being spiteful, or they're actually going to get their request granted.
Well, the weird thing is on 205 Live, they are doing a storyline where Mike and Maria Kanellis aren't getting enough TV time, and because Drake Maverick says there's only so many spots, so. That's why I'm thinking, like, that tweet to Maria Kanellis wasn't them leaving. I think it was the part of the storyline. If we don't see Mike and Maria Kanellis...
It's hard, though.
Yeah.
like because I just don't know whether it's a storyline or not. Because
And I
sometimes
don't
they're very good at doing that.
and we don't even know if I don't think he would go to AEW. This is unrelated, but I think he go back to ROH with Matt Taven with Vinny Marcello, however you
Oh
pronounce.
yeah, the Kingdom.
He wouldn't. I don't. The only way he would go is if they went.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And it was weird too because the Revival also FTR, they kind of trademarked that.
Yeah.
Forever the Revival.
Yeah.
So I don't know like whether that's gonna be their like team slogan if they do end up getting the
Release.
request granted, or that's gonna be like their new face gimmick. Like I don't know. Like I don't know.
I feel I actually I'm assuming you were just breaking down that match. I'll just I actually thought they were gonna put the titles on the Revival to kind of
I
have
thought
those
night.
just so that way they would stay.
Oh yeah, but it's but their match was next, and Kurt Hawkins was the best referee ever. Like he actually followed the rules. He wasn't leaning. He was leaning face, obviously, because over the past few months he's been like kind of a face, and it's the most sympathetic baby face because of his losing streak.
Well, what's weird though is obviously this is unrelated because no one watches main event, but on main event he was kind of playing a heel, but
yeah,
I think main event like John Cena could go on that show and turn heel and it probably wouldn't count.
oh, I know, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the Revival end up losing again.
Yeah.
Because they tried to cheat, but Hawkins caught him every single time.
Yeah.
And after the match, he actually called it for a replay and showed them, like, look, guys, you cheated here, here, and here. I can't just let that slide. They end up beating up Kurt Hawkins, and this legit, like, as soon as I saw him get beat down, I was like, Zack Ryder, baby. And Zack Ryder came out, and I almost jumped up out of my bed. I was so excited.
I was disappointed.
I fucking popped huge for this.
I was disappointed it didn't get as big of a reaction in the arena, but I guess the only reason I can see why is probably because, like, unless you're like a hardcore wrestling fan, you wouldn't remember they were a team at one point.
Oh no, yeah, they were a team, and they're actually best friends in real life. Yeah, they're really close in real life too. Yeah, and so this basically sets up a reunion for Hawkins and Ryder. Yeah, which has been kind of teased a little bit because I will say, they teamed up on main event a couple of months ago. Yeah. They lost, obviously, but they teamed up in main event a few months ago, and it was the first time they had teamed up in like almost a decade. So
the thing I worry about
wait for Kurt Hawkins to get a win, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say because they're kind of booked into a corner because I don't know if it's the right time for because I feel like Hawkins should like win like the night after WrestleMania. That's the best time to have him win. That will get a huge reaction.
That would get a giant pop.
I think he should too, like win like the IC. I would have him win the Universal Championship, honestly, because that would be huge. I know.
Imagine Kurt Hawkins' first win. He wins the undisputed champ. He wins the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
That'd be something straight up a fucking video game. I might actually do that.
And it would work too. Yeah, I actually thought this. I thought the segment was awesome. It was one of the highlights of the show.
It was too. And interestingly enough, I didn't catch this until now because I'm reading the Bleacher Report notes. But that was a semi-main, which is like it's weird because I was just scrolling down. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, because Ronda Rousey, Natalya, Sasha, and Bayley was the main event.
Yeah, but I don't think that match should have main evented. But
no.
It's
weird.
The only thing you missed, because it probably isn't in there, was the Titus O'Neil backstage segment where he announced his participation in the Rumble, and somebody walked in.
I just skipped it.
and it was supposed to be a mess up. I have to mention it because it's pretty important because it involves the Rumble. So
Yeah, it didn't
um,
have it.
which
But
makes me, but I wonder if now a yearly tradition is going to be Titus O'Neil's. They're going to have Titus O'Neil do something like.
I feel like I kind of heard that he's gonna fall at the Rumble. Kind
Yeah,
of like with the Greatest Rumble, he's gonna probably do the same thing again.
but it's obviously not going to work. I don't think as it did the first time.
No, because the first time was complete fucking shock.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming. All of a sudden, because the cameras weren't on Titus.
Yeah.
The camera was on the ring. So what the angle you saw from Titus was a secondary camera.
Yeah.
And all I saw was Titus coming from underneath the ring, and I was like, "What the fuck has happened?" He ran full speed, tripped, and fell
Did
underneath
you
the ring,
ever
and almost impaled himself.
Did you ever watch that network special on the network where Gallows and Anderson hosted? It's called like Botch or something.
I haven't seen it. No,
They go through that. They actually go through that botch. I won't tell you because it but it's actually pretty funny.
So anyway, like we just mentioned, Ronda Rousey and Natalia versus Sasha and Bailey was the main event. It was a fairly decent main event.
Yeah, I thought so.
Sasha made Natalia tap out for the win.
I don't count this as Ronda's first loss, by the way.
Yeah, I don't either. Banks and Sasha and Ronda got into an exchange to close out the show.
I was a bit intrigued to see the match, I guess, by the end. Like they're trying to make the Banks statement like a viable submission move.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like it's just tough for me. It's just tough for me to care about this match because Sasha's been booked so badly the past couple of years that I just don't think she's a viable opponent at the like if this was Sasha from like 2015 when she was like on top of her game in NXT, she would have been a viable opponent. So
oh yeah, for sure.
I think they should have just done Natty because you know they wasted Natty on Raw. I think. And it's not like they had to do heel because they're doing face versus face pretty much with this match. They should have just done.
I think Sasha's more the heel.
Yeah,
but I can't tell. I honestly can't tell because Ronda was like talking like the heel.
Yeah.
The week before, where she was making like backhanded insults at Sasha, calling her like the greatest loser.
Yeah.
Like it would make sense if that was Sasha was a heel.
Yeah.
But Sasha wasn't a heel, so she comes off like a fucking asshole. Like,
yeah, I know.
I can't fucking tell who's the heel.
And then it's like she did like this weird promo segment where like she mentioned like she was gonna like I don't know do something with Sasha's hair that was weird like
fry it or whatever. I
Yeah.
forgot what she said, but it was stupid.
And yeah, me and this kid are starting to. Ronda Rousey's just getting weird now. Like,
she actually is gonna possibly leave after WrestleMania.
What did I saw an article that like where she responded to the comments and like mentioned like you know how it's I don't. I feel like she's definitely not. I feel like she's not gonna leave, but I think
she called the temporary.
Yeah. I think she'll be off TV.
She called WWE temporary.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably not the best thing to call the job that they gave you after you were at your lowest point after getting embarrassed in back-to-back fights in the UFC.
Yeah. Well, I think she did like an interview talking about how she liked it more than she thought she would and is happy about what she's doing right now. But I think
but at the same time, she's been talking about this since the beginning.
Yeah.
She wants to start a family. Here's a novelty idea. How about do it now? Little novelty idea. Stop saying you're going to start a family and do it.
Yeah.
You don't see, like she complained about the road schedule. How do you think Carl Anderson feels? He has 4 young children. How do you think his wife felt when he was on the road in Japan,
Yeah, exactly.
not seeing his kids for like 2 weeks at a time,
Yeah,
and being only home less than a couple of days?
yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you think he felt? He just had a son a few months ago. Like, he's not complaining about the road schedule. He loves working for WWE.
Yeah,
You never see him complain about it. You never see AJ complain about it. AJ's got 4 kids of his own too.
yeah.
He's never complained about the road schedule. How do you think Wendy felt when he was off in Japan for 2 or 3 weeks at a time? Like,
Well,
to me,
obviously,
it's you haven't started a family yet, so why are you complaining?
yeah. Also, too, I think she's gonna be off TV after Mania, anyways, because there'd be like no one really left for her to face.
I think she's gonna possibly lose too. Also,
Yeah, which she should lose.
I mean, yeah, she should lose to Becky for sure.
Yeah, and
Which
obviously,
I don't think Becky's gonna win at the Rumble on
yeah,
Sunday. I think she's gonna pull double duty.
yeah, we'll get into that. But that was Raw this week, so I'll give my letter grade. So any other Raw, I would have given this a B minus, but there's always that but. Because this was the go home show of the Royal Rumble, this didn't do anything to hype me up for it, so I'm giving it a C. It was an okay show. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much because this really didn't hype up the Rumble really at all. Like,
Not really, yeah. I'm in that same boat. I'm gonna give it a plus because of the Hawkins Ryder reunion. Legitimately got me above my feet.
yeah, I will say though, this was definitely a faster paced Raw than normal though. Like the first hour went by really quickly, so that was.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, so now I would take over for SmackDown, um, for January 22nd, 2019. We had Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxon on commentary. Becky Lynch comes out and does a promo, and she pretty much just talks about how she's going to beat Asuka at almost at Survivor Series, but that's already happened. Um, at the Royal Rumble, and she talks about how Asuka was all hype, all of that stuff, and then Asuka comes out. She doesn't say anything, which probably was the best idea. And Charlotte Flair comes out and kind of paints a picture about what happened if she won the Royal Rumble, which I actually kind of like to kind of plant seeds.
I mean, like, at the same time, I felt like Charlotte was just kind of there. I don't think she needed to really be in that segment.
And then afterwards, Asuka attacks Becky from behind. You could say that's a heel thing, but Becky's kind of the face in this view because everyone likes Becky more. So, and they get into a big brawl, which I thought was awesome. Becky whipped Asuka with her jacket. That was pretty cool. And obviously, the show goes off the air and stuff. Not off the air, but it goes to commercial, and then they have like a brawl. They comes back and they have like a brawl backstage. I thought this was a good start to SmackDown, and I actually am really looking forward to this SmackDown Women's Championship match. I think it's going to be awesome.
It was really good. It was a really strong opening segment for sure.
Yeah. Then you had from really good to really bad Naomi versus Mandy Rose with Sonya Deville ringside. The hype package was pretty bad for this, so the narration was bad. Match was bad. Mandy Rose wins, which I'm kind of pissed about because that means now the feud's going to continue. And obviously afterwards, Jimmy Uso, consoles his wife and everything because his wife.
The thing I don't understand is why is she getting pissed off at him?
Yeah, I know.
He's doing everything to be faithful to his wife, and she got pissed at him. Like, what the fuck did he do? Why are you shoving your husband out of the way?
Yeah, and it just doesn't. It's a really bad way to utilize the Usos right now too.
Oh yeah, for sure. One of them's not even being used.
Yeah, I know. Like you can't have them like you brought back like Gallows and Anderson for that one segment. You couldn't do a few with them.
Oh, I know. That would have been better.
Yeah. We're not allowed to have nice.
They had those two matches where it was Gallows and Anderson versus the Usos. It was right after the McMahons came back.
Yeah.
And they had a pretty good match. Of course, it was ruined by Sanity.
Yeah.
And then the next week they had that 8-man tag, I think it was.
Where Gallows and Anderson got the pinfall and they didn't get. They earned a SmackDown. Yeah. New era, man. New era.
New era.
And I guess Rey Mysterio went to heaven on SmackDown for a little while because
I don't even know what the fuck happened to him.
He die or something and then come back. I don't know.
Here's some weird backgrounds.
I thought the background though was pretty awesome, but just like I even asked in the chat, like, where the hell was Rey Mysterio supposed to be? Like, but yeah, he talks about the Royal Rumble, and since he's won it before, and then he talks about how he's going to beat Andrade because he's just Andrade now. So,
and let's see, Anomas, just Andrade.
Yep. And he said that Zelina Vega won't be able to do anything about it because she was banned from ringside. I bet that made Zelina Vega mad because she's like a big Rey Mysterio fan, and Rey Mysterio is just like, yeah, you're not coming over here.
I don't want my fans at ringside.
Yeah, maybe like Zelina Vega got on the apron because she like wanted an autograph, and Rey Mysterio is just like, I'm wrestling a match right now, I can't give an autograph. Like I don't keep like magic markers on me when I'm wrestling a match.
And you got to keep them with you.
Yeah.
In case if you need to go sign a sign in the audience.
Yeah. Then the Miz is backstage. I think him and Shane just said, "Let's go have a match." That's it. They didn't show like in any. There was no NXT talent on SmackDown, but whatever. Then the Miz is with Shane McMahon versus Cesaro with Sheamus. Thought this was a good match here. Cesaro won, which I kind of expected because it's 50-50 booking. So then afterwards, the Bar just beat the absolute crap out of the Miz and Shane McMahon and powerbomb Shane McMahon onto the Miz through a table. And Vince McMahon watches backstage. So I like this segment. This was good. Good way to build up their match. It's easily the best thing I think they've done to build up this match. So, and obviously, I know like that notion has gone away, but I feel like they're definitely winning the titles based off how much they got their ass kicked. So
yeah. Either that or one of them's turning on the other.
Yeah. Then you have Mustafa Ali cut a promo, but he didn't do like the standard promo like Rey Mysterio did. Like it showed like video packages of like the Joe attack, and he was like outside like in an alley or something. It was actually really cool. I hope he does all his promos this way because he did all his promos this way mostly in 205 Live. So he talked about Samoa Joe, and I actually think Mustafa Ali transitioned very well on SmackDown. I think that him being called up to SmackDown was an awesome move, and I thought it was awesome. Because I don't think he was supposed to get caught up. Him having that match with the new Daniel Bryan, I think, was just supposed to be a one-time thing. But I think he impressed, like, whoever, like, made the call to move up to SmackDown. And but I think it's an awesome move for him. And
as long as it's not the nude Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, you don't want that. Only Brie Bella wants that.
Holy Brie.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you had the real AJ Styles and the new Daniel Bryan final face-to-face confrontation, modified by Vince McMahon, who really didn't need to be out there, but I thought it was pretty cool that it
modified.
Yes, modified. Oh wait, it's supposed to say moderated, not modified. That is
modified.
He's the modifier. So I'm now the second person in the world to mess up that word. Yeah, I mean he probably did modify it though, because we know Vince redoes the script, so technically this isn't a botch. But
he's the modifier.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool that Vince moderated this, because we know Vince, originally. Obviously probably likes both of them now. Wasn't high on AJ and Bryan when they first came in the company. It was just cool because it's like two guys Vince normally wouldn't like. It is moderated
or even put over in that matter of fact.
Yeah. The new Daniel Bryan doesn't want to get in the ring, and he tries to imagine a future with AJ as WWE champion, and he talks about how he makes the fans stupid because everyone just cheers for the real AJ Styles. However, the new Daniel Bryan, he makes the fans think, and he doesn't want to be the people's champion. He wants to be the planet's champion. And obviously, he goes off talking about how everyone's ruining their carbon footprint, how dams are falling down, and all that stuff. And then he goes off because Vince McMahon gets pissed when he doesn't get in the ring because and the new Daniel Bryan goes like off on Vince McMahon. He talks about how Vince McMahon's one of the biggest problems about the planet and how he just profits off money. I really can't do the justice about the words he was saying. You have to watch that part of the promo.
You have to watch the entire thing.
Yeah.
To really get a gist of it. It was amazing. It was actually pretty funny too.
And then the new Daniel Bryan also says that he's embarrassed by the real AJ Styles because of, the path that he's been on. And then the real AJ Styles says that the new Daniel Bryan's afraid because he's afraid of losing the championship and he'll have to sell out. He'll lose the one thing that he sold his beliefs on to get. And also the real AJ Styles mentioned that if the new Daniel Bryan doesn't like, what everyone's doing to the planet, why didn't he arrive on a bike? Why did he take an airplane to get to the arena? Which I thought that was a hell of a shot.
I thought that was a great jab.
Yeah. So AJ Styles, the real AJ Styles, says that this doesn't have to take place in the ring, so he attacks the new Daniel Bryan, and the new Daniel Bryan uses Vince as a shield, preventing the real AJ Styles to hit the phenomenal forearm on him. And the new Daniel Bryan hits the running knee, and he stands tall. And this segment just hit a home run. This really intrigued me even more to want to watch the match, the Royal Rumble.
I just have one question to ask though. What's different from the real AJ Styles and just AJ Styles?
I know, yeah. Because I was gonna say, if you had asked me this a couple weeks ago, because he looked very aggressive in that Fatal 5-Way match, a couple weeks, 3 weeks ago when he won the #1 contendership. It feels like they've just dropped that storyline completely,
and just kept the nickname.
Yeah, because it's really weird. They didn't reference that backstage segment that him and Vince had when AJ decked him in the face. So, but I mean, because it doesn't really, because I was kind of mad they weren't putting it up, but I thought they were gonna bring up something about it, on this show, but they didn't. So, but I'm actually, but I thought they hit a home run here. And I actually am really looking forward to the match at the Rumble. I think it's going to easily top their TLC match because they're going to.
Oh, yeah.
Because now the new Daniel Bryan's really transitioned into his heel role and stuff. Because he was still kind of transitioning when he had that match, even. So.
Yeah.
And the new Daniel Bryan's just awesome. I think he's going to be.
It's so different from anything that we've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, I remember CJ Parker tried this gimmick in NXT and it bombed big time. So. I think
it's so different from anything that we've ever seen, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Him, he's never done anything like this before.
Yeah,
I mean, he's obviously been the world's toughest vegan.
Yeah,
but he's never gone into depth. I mean, his world's toughest vegan shtick as a heel.
Yeah,
was kind of funny, but he's more of a comedy character at that point.
Yeah.
Whereas this is him being dead serious,
and I think
it's something we've never seen before.
And you can kind of believe these are Daniel Bryan's real beliefs, and he's just
they are because he's not really vegan anymore because he even self-admittedly he even said that it's tough to find vegan food when you're on the road.
Yeah,
so he's more vegetarian than he is vegan.
Yeah,
but a lot of his views in his personal life are coming out times a million on the main roster.
And this gimmick works so well because a lot of people, because obviously I took a science course about this stuff, they don't like to hear the truth about how people, because everything that the new Daniel Bryan says is the truth about how the society is. So it's
yeah.
And obviously, you know what this reminds me of? Huh?
Well, that's supposed to ask because we still like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. And but think about it. He's actually getting booed as a heel too. He's not getting any.
I thought I'd see the day that would happen. Not only him turning heel, but getting legit. It's just so weird. Like when he says the yes movement's dead and I killed it.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like it just feels so weird seeing him say that and him
yeah, I
attack
know.
the crowd because it's like he's gotten so much fan support like
Yeah,
over the years due to this yes movement that single-handedly changed the direction of a company.
exactly. Yeah,
And for him to say that it's dead and it's never coming back and he killed it,
yeah,
like it doesn't even feel like it's him that's saying it. It feels like it's someone else.
and it's like I feel when Daniel Bryan, just not just the new Daniel Bryan, but any version of Daniel Bryan, when he gets into a role, he goes all the way with it. Like you can't see him ever going back to like the role that he's in.
Oh yeah.
Like, um, so I think this gimmick just really. I think if we do a year-end awards, like he might win Hero of the Year, if he continues,
Best gimmick too.
Yeah. Um, I even like he's not even wearing. He has no merchandise now too. He just
He
wears.
has no merch. He doesn't sell merch anymore.
Yeah.
Ever since he turned heel, he's taking all of his merch off. Like
Yep.
he
The only thing
doesn't sell merch anymore.
the only thing that he didn't do that he said he would do, he said he was going to replace the WWE Championship with the leather part of it and make it like Earth friendly. He said
Yeah.
that at like the TLC preview, but they kind of forgot about that. I really wish that would have happened. That would have been awesome. Like, but then you have the Fabulous Truth backstage, and R-Truth is talking about winning the Royal Rumble and possibly facing either the real AJ Styles or the new Daniel Bryan. And then Carmella asks him if he's going to face Brock Lesnar, conveniently leaving out, you know, Finn Balor. And he says, I don't want to go to Suplex. At first, I thought he said Super Bowl City, which that would have been funny if he had said that instead.
That would have been funny.
And then he even talks about how he wants to go after Bobby Murphy's Cruiserweight Championship. And Carmella's like, you got to cut the weight. And now Truth is like, what are you calling me fat now? It was awesome. Because I like R-Truth. He makes you smile.
He's a smiling man.
Yeah. And then she has like a run-in with Charlotte Flair. Carmella does. I mean, obviously you knew that because I said she. Obviously, I wasn't talking about R-Truth, but
For a truth, they're a woman.
And they go back and forth about the Rumble. Carmella talks about how she's number 30, so she has the most chance of winning, which really she doesn't because 30
Number 30 almost never wins.
There's only won 3 times. So 27.
Yeah, like how many Rumbles have there been?
So I think this is the 32nd. Well, we just counting at the Royal Rumble event itself. I think we got to count the Greatest Royal Rumble because that counts. Because
because it's the same thing.
Yeah, so I think like 32, maybe 30. Well, 33 then because of the Greatest Royal Rumble. I'm just guessing.
So yeah, so roughly in the 30s in terms of Royal Rumbles.
Yeah.
And you said only 3 times 30s won.
Yeah, 2007, 2008, and 2016.
Yes, like it almost never wins.
Yeah. I mean,
except for in the Greatest Rumble because there's 7,000 competitors in it,
and obviously in 2011's Royal Rumble because I had 40 competitors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still a good number because you get to come in last. So.
You get to come in last, but it's almost like you almost never win.
And if you think about it too, like you remember the number 1 and 2 entrance more than you would the number 30 entrance.
Yeah, I don't even remember. Like Rey Mysterio was one year.
Yeah.
It's like Randy Orton won from the 30 spot. I know that.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did actually.
The year that he won the Rumble, what year did he come in at?
Which one?
The one when he tossed out Roman.
I will
30.
I don't think he was 30 because
I'll look it up. 17, right?
17. He was Look at. It was number 23.
23. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, anyhow, I gotta find. Actually, Roman was 30 that year. Actually, remember that?
Yeah, Roman was 30. Yeah.
If he came out 30 this year, he would get a massive pop.
Yeah, different circumstances. I think people miss him.
Um. So then, after it was really weird. I thought this was gonna end up being like a match on SmackDown too, because it seemed like it was just so obvious, but they didn't go with that match. They were just using it to build the Rumble. But I like this backstage segment. It was R-Truth was obviously the highlight because he would be. So, then you had Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali. I thought they had a pretty good match. But Samoa Joe wins with the Coquina clutch, and obviously this made sense because I think what part of Mustafa Ali's appeal is he's a sympathetic underdog babyface. So the fact that he has to obviously overcome the odds, and obviously because of what they did with Joe on this show, he kind of had to go over here. He's a threat to win the Rumble. So I was alright with this. I thought it was good. What about your thoughts?
Yeah.
Then you had the New Day backstage, and I believe it was Caleb Braxton that asked this question about, what's going to happen if it comes down to you three. And the New Day flat out say, we've gotten asked this question every year, and we answer with the same question every year. And they even bring up all of the people that have asked them that question. And they even say, before you know it, Tony Jimmel is going to ask this question. And Tony Jimmel has like a random cameo appearance.
Tony Chimmel, the Chim.
And they kick him out, and I think it was Xavier Woods or Big E, I forget exactly who said it, said, Edge isn't here, you don't need to be here right now. But obviously that's like his trademark. So, and then they hype up like what big spot Kofi Kingston will do in the Royal Rumble, which I think it's really tough to know because lately, his spots are still really good, but obviously because it's tough to find creative things. I feel like he is going to do something really creative, because if he doesn't, it's going to be really disappointing. It's kind of disappointing that they build up to it, because I feel like it should just be something that happens, not really something that they talk about. So I don't know. I like it though. It was the new. It's really weird though. The New Day really isn't being used all that much right now. Like
they better keep him happy though.
Yeah,
I could see they're legitimately going to crappy W.
That's true too, because they're very tight with the Bucks and Kenny because of what the up down down thing they did for the YouTube channel. I mean up down down too, because it would be. I don't know.
Well, I found out what Roman Reigns is doing right now.
What's he doing right now?
He's in the Fast and the Furious spinoff with The Rock.
Okay.
And he's playing his brother. So that's why he's been in Hawaii.
Okay.
Because he's been on vacation recently in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why.
Okay.
I just saw this right now.
Then you had the main event, which was an awesome match. It was the 2 out of 3 falls match with Rey Mysterio and Andrade. This match was awesome. I mean, obviously you would expect this match to be awesome with these wrestlers and that their styles are very similar. This match was just awesome. I'm not going to break it down spot for spot because it's just...
There's a lot.
Yeah, I'll just break down like the falls. Andrade gets the first fall with the sit-out powerbomb from the top, like actually the top turnbuckle. Like, it was insane. And then Rey Mysterio does the Canadian Destroyer, which I like that he's doing that now. I'm assuming he's not going to do that move a lot. I think he's going to do it because I think Andrade can like take the move. Like, you're not going to see him do it to like someone like Randy Orton. Because if Randy Orton gets injured, he's not going. Rey Mysterio ain't going to hear the end of that. So,
yeah.
And then they continue to have a match. Andrade hits the Hammerlock DDT. Rey Mysterio gets the foot on the ropes. And then Rey hits the 619, and he goes for the finish. But Joe, I think, powerbombed him on the floor. Which I didn't really like that this match didn't have a finish because it went so long. I kind of wanted to see a finish.
Yeah, inconclusive finish. But yeah.
And then he throws Andrade into the post, and he chokes out Rey Mysterio with the Coquina clutch. Does that mean they're going to do Rey versus Joe in a feud now? I read online somewhere that they're going to go with Rey and Andrade as like a babyface tag team, which I think would be kind of cool.
That I really like that actually.
Yeah. And afterwards, Joe gets on the mic and says he's going to win the Royal Rumble. And then he gets RKO'd from out of nowhere by Randy Orton. And Randy Orton, this pretty much was like his official announcement into the Royal Rumble because you laid out Joe here. So
With the RKO out of nowhere.
Yep. That was SmackDown. I thought SmackDown was a really good show. It really did. It really hyped me up to want to watch the Royal Rumble more than Raw did. I'm going to give it a B. I thought it was really good. It would have been B+ had the main event had a conclusive finish. But also I didn't like, Naomi versus Mandy Rose either. But everything else I thought was pretty good on this show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And then you have 205 Live. And I didn't change the date in my notes. I wrote December 19th, 2018. That's a ways away. That's a ways ago. So, it's actually the same date as SmackDown. I just exited out of my SmackDown notes. So whatever date SmackDown happened is the same date as 205, which I think that was a drastic mistake for 205 Live to go back to that way. I feel like they should have just stayed on Wednesdays and just did what they were doing. I don't know why they changed it. Maybe because it was too successful. Like, maybe the WWE was, like, so scared. Like, this is way too successful. We can't have any of this right now.
No, too successful.
Like you with NXT UK, you were scared of how good that was. You had to go away from that for a little while. Like, but yeah. You might, I don't know, you probably heard Aiden English is on commentary.
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
Now. I don't know. I heard that's a temporary thing, though. Like, it's going to be like till WrestleMania that'll be on commentary for 205 Live. And obviously Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness were on commentary as well, which I was actually kind of looking forward to watching 205 Live in a way to see how Nigel and Aiden would like kind of interact with each other on commentary. And I got to say, though, I thought Aiden did pretty good on commentary.
And I can't watch a show, so I'm going to let you talk. I'm not going to say anything.
I thought Aiden did pretty good on commentary, but the thing is, I'm not gonna judge him on like his first show because it's different commentating, practicing like in a booth versus doing it in front of a crowd. So I'm gonna give him like 3 weeks, and he might get better, he might stay the same, and he might do worse. I like Percy, but I think Aiden actually fits in better than Percy does on commentary. I think he did pretty good. You had Grand Metalik versus Humberto Carrillo. Have you ever heard of this guy, Chris? Humberto Carrillo.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, he's wrestled some matches in NXT. He's on 205 Live now. This match was awesome, obviously, because Grand Metalik and Humberto Carrillo was in it. They did a lot of dives and stuff in this match. And this match was just a match based on competitiveness. And Humberto Carrillo won with like a double moonsault or something. And afterwards, they shake hands. And Humberto Carrillo, since he's like the new cruiserweight, was put over, which made sense. Because Grand Metalik doesn't really benefit from winning. He's on Raw and stuff, doing things. So I actually like this. I thought this was a really good opening match. Then Drake Maverick is backstage. And Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak are upset with them because he threw out their ideas of who they wanted to be signed into 205 Live. And obviously, because of Gulak's gimmick, it wasn't going to be any high flyers. So, and then Tony, so they leave. And then Tony Nese comes in and wants a rematch with Noam Dar right now. But then Drake Maverick says, we're not going to have it right now, but I'll consider a rematch. And Tony Nese says, no, you're going to give me my rematch. And then Drake Maverick says, well, I can't just give you a rematch. It's an idea. You have to let the idea simmer. And then, well, this is you, so I'm not going to read the message right now. And then afterwards, so obviously that's going to be a match at some point. We just don't know when it's going to happen. And then they did promos with Akira Tozawa and the Brian Kendrick and Lindsay Dorado and Kalisto, hyping themselves up for the triple threat match later on in the show. And then we had the triple threat match. It was Akira Tozawa versus Kalisto versus Hideo Itami. And obviously this tied into the Rumble because I'm assuming you knew, I don't know if you did know, that all these guys and Buddy Murphy are going to be in a four-way match for the Cruiserweight Championship. So this was to kind of hype us up for that match. And I thought this match actually was awesome. And Buddy Murphy tried to intervene. and like take out his opponents, but Kalisto laid him out with Salida del Sol, and Tozawa hit a dive on him. And the match continued, which I like that because Chris, if this match had happened in the main roster and they did that, they would have just ended the match without a finish. So at least that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And Hideo Itami got the win with his crappy. I don't know if you've seen it yet, Chris, but it's that crappy new finisher that he does because he can't do the GTS anymore because I think he injured somebody with it. But you'll probably see it Sunday, so you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll say, "What the hell was that?" And I'm gonna say, "That's crappy new finish." You've probably seen it, but it's like as if he's gonna do like a swinging neck breaker into like a double knees to the face. It's just really stupid. And Hideo Itami wins, which this makes sense because Hideo Itami, I think, is looked at as kind of the dark horse pick in this match. And obviously this kind of hypes him up. And he's kind of doing a new gimmick where he's aligned with Arya Daivari. Because Arya Daivari is like his mouthpiece. And he's just being really dominant, like taking everybody out. So that was 205 Live. I thought it was a really good show. I gave it a B. I thought it was, it had a lot of really good matches on it and stuff. And did a good job of hyping me up to want to watch the Royal Rumble this Sunday, mainly the Cruiserweight match. What's disappointing is that match was moved to the kickoff. I'm not too disappointed because at this point, when I hear the Cruiserweight matches on the show, I expect it to be on the kickoff. So everyone needs to kind of like calm the hell down. Plus, too, like I look at it when we talk about the Rumble, no other match that's on the card could have been moved other than this match. So but that's 205 Live. Now let's talk about, now you get your moment to shine again. NXT UK, episode 27, January 23rd, 2019.
Okay. Woo!
Is there anything you want to talk about?
Up here because I haven't talked in a long time.
Is there anything you want to talk about, though, with 205 Live?
No, didn't watch it, don't care.
Okay. First NXT UK like episode 2 with you on this show too.
I know, yeah. We never reviewed an episode. We just kind of went over an overview.
Yeah.
But the show starts off with Pete Dunne, but Gallus interrupts it.
Yeah.
Relatively quickly.
One thing I want to mention too before we, they taped this show like the January 13th, and it's in the same venue, as Blackpool, like UK Takeover Blackpool was.
Yeah, so, yeah. It's in Blackpool.
Yeah.
Wherever they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackpool. But it's Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph are your commentary team.
Yeah.
But I got like Pete Dunne was the ring. Gallus interrupts her shortly afterwards. Joe Coffey goes on his rant about how he should have won the UK Championship. And he says he's, starts talking shit about how he's the best. And then Walter comes out and they retreat. But they try to attack him. But the kind of baby faces, I guess, hold the fort in the ring.
Yeah. And you could see too, like Walter and Pete Dunne, though, even though they fought him off, they're like teasing that match. So obviously, that's coming. We know it's coming. I'd imagine the next takeover they do, that will be the main event. So, because
yeah,
build Walter up. I mean, they really don't need to build Walter up because he easily could. Because right now, like I think he's a viable opponent for Pete Dunne, but just with this.
Yeah, they don't need to build him up at all. He's got the pedigree.
Yeah, but I actually really like this opening segment because of everything that it set up and stuff. And I also liked, that it was something different because typically, like in NXT UK and NXT, it's usually a match that kicks off the show. So I actually thought this was something different.
Yeah, something different.
And I like Pete Dunne too. This was like his first, like one of his first, because I think he's adjusting to the microphone because he's never really cut promos really much.
I know. I heard him cut a promo not long ago, and I was like, so that's what he sounds like.
Yeah.
He's not that much of a talker.
He doesn't really need to be, though.
He just kicks ass.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to be. Like, because that's why I think WWE, like, and not just WWE, but just wrestling itself, they think everybody needs to be a great talker. Not everybody needs to be a great talker.
I know, you don't need to be a great talker.
I mean,
anyways, next match on the card was Nina Samuels defeating Lana Austin. And now this made me laugh out loud when Nina Samuel said she was the best women's wrestler on NXT UK, and I laughed
Yeah.
fucking as hard as I possibly could because she hasn't even appeared in about 3 months. So,
And she's mainly been in. She's only won like one match prior to this. She's mainly been in
the
hand.
best. She's the best though.
Yeah.
Um,
I the one that laughed too when I heard the name Lana Austin, just because because that's probably her real name, but obviously just because of like those names that it can reference and stuff.
yeah, anal Austin.
Yeah.
But they hyped up Lana Austin as a very viable challenger,
Yeah.
and Nina Samuels, and hyping up the fact that she's a mother of 3.
Mm-hmm.
And when they found out that she was going to be competing in NXT UK, they all, they were all crying tears of joy. They're very happy for their mother, and it's kind of a cool backstory. But
you know what the funny thing is? Because I might have done this I think I follow her on Instagram.
I don't. I never even. I only follow really Pete Dunne, I think.
Because I was scrolling through I was scrolling through like my follow. You know how like it has that thing on the Instagram where like you could say people you might want to follow.
Yeah.
And I think she popped up and I hit follow by accident because she looks.
I'll do that if I'm not following someone.
Yeah.
And then like all their names will pop up and I'll just go follow like all in a row.
Yeah. I regret though, because I'm getting a lot of fake accounts on. Because obviously
I've been getting them for fucking years and I hate it. I think I have one right now.
But it's a lot of like woman fake accounts, and obviously I know I'm getting them. I think it's because I was on Tinder that short time, so I think that's how I'm getting them because my Instagram's like connected to it. So
yeah.
But anyhow, that's kind of off topic.
Mostly real people, just for the assholes in general. But next match is Eddie Dennis defeating Jamie Ahmed. I can say this for a fact. I didn't watch this.
I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean
I was playing video games and I had this on. I don't really remember much besides like the opener with Walter and Pete Dunne and Gallus, and Nina Samuels defeating Lana Austin. I don't remember anything from Eddie Dennis and Jamie Ahmed and Jordan Devlin.
I'll break down some of the other stuff. You did miss the Sid Scala interview. He put over that World Cup thing, not the World Cup, but
that's the thing I sent you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's that World Cup thing.
Yeah, not the World Cup, but the Worlds Collide thing.
Yeah, the Worlds Collide thing. It's really weird.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that.
I don't know, like, the people that are on this poster are Noam Dar, Travis Banks, Zach Gibson, Jordan Devlin.
Well, I'll talk.
Mark Andrews. Yeah, we'll talk about it another time. But
we're gonna talk about it in the show because it's taking place like Royal Rumble weekend. It's airing February 2nd. So
I just don't know what they're going for.
Yeah, I'll say it like it later on. But
kind of like UK NXT.
They also hyped up that they're gonna do some NXT UK tapings in Phoenix, which is actually pretty exciting because I feel like
because it's the first time they're moving out of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, because they have to do that because they have to test out how over the outside, because everyone's over right now because most of these fans have seen these guys prior to WWE. So,
yeah.
And then he tried to get like a word with Zach Gibson and James Drake, but they said they would talk next week. But it's probably obviously going to be mainly Zach Gibson doing the talking, which obviously he should. Then it showed a Mustache Mountain interview where where they talked about, how they're gonna. It was pretty much that babyface promo you would expect them to cut after losing a big match. So I don't really need to say what they said. And then Eddie Dennis. So pretty much it's an Eddie Dennis squash match. He won with his finisher, the reverse DDT. I forget exactly what he calls it because I just forget. But you know what I'm talking about because you've seen his finish before. So
yeah,
good thing. It's a good finish. I like how I'm just talking like I know you know what I'm talking about. The fans are probably like, what are you talking about? Like, no, I only care about Chris right now. I don't care about any of you. It's just Chris.
No, exactly.
Yeah. And then Tony Storm gets interviewed babyface promo after she wins the championship. And then you had Travis Banks versus Jordan Devlin. I was kind of wondering what they were going to do with this match because they really couldn't have Travis Banks lose because he's been getting his ass kicked like pretty much since the NXT UK like started. Like I think he's hurt like every episode he's in, he's like hurt or something. Like, and then Jordan Devlin's on like a hot streak right now, and he just had like that impressive performance with Finn Balor, so you really couldn't have him lose either. But they have an awesome match. This is probably the match that they would have had at the Takeover show. But I still thought it was an awesome match. It does end in a double countout, which I actually thought was the right finish because this can continue the program. This is probably going to lead to like a no DQ match with them. I expect, though, Jordan Devlin to win the feud overall because I think he's more the top guy right now than Travis Banks is. I actually like Devlin a lot more than Travis Banks. I like Travis Banks, but I'm just more a Jordan Devlin guy. And obviously you didn't see like Jordan Devlin in the like I think you were on the last show. He was green as hell when he originally started in the UK tournament. Like he completely botched a move on Danny Burch because you probably saw that like when Danny Burch was like supposed to kick out, but he didn't because he was just so probably knocked out from like whatever had happened to him. And he had a match with like Tyson T-Bone. And obviously, I don't think it's very easy to pull a good match out of Tyson T-Bone.
No, Tyson T-Bone's disappeared too also.
Yeah. Well, he's in a tag team with, forget his name, but not Sam Gallus. What's his name? Saxton Hugsley. He's in a tag team with him. So
yeah.
I don't expect that team to last long, though. But that was NXT UK. I actually thought it was a really good episode, though. I liked the opening segment. I liked the rebuilding of Eddie Dennis. I liked the main event. And obviously, I liked the woman's... I actually like Nina Samuels. I think she's actually pretty good. I actually think like she would fit Ginny's gimmick better than Ginny would because she seems like that she's more of a better fit for that gimmick.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they actually advertised too, which I'm stoked to see this match: Mustache Mountain versus Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel, which I'm very excited about that match. That match is going to be awesome.
I love Eichner and Bartel.
Yeah. Like, I think, like, the match we saw in NXT between Lorcan and Burch versus them, this was like a taste of what we're going to get next week. I'm glad NXT UK is back to one episode, though, because 2 episodes was kind of a little bit too much. But, yeah, I thought this episode was really good. Because I think NXT UK is not setting anything up right now, either, because they just...
And they just had the first fucking, the first pay-per-view.
Yeah, so... Right now, I think the main focus is, like, Pete Dunne versus Walter. They're going to kind of... Because I think they're going to probably do like a rematch with, Zach Gibson and James Drake. I think they're going to rebuild, Rhea Ripley for the next few episodes. And obviously they're going to continue this Travis Banks. And they probably like...
But they have to. I mean, They can't just leave it like this.
Well, they could, because remember WWE, I mean, not NXT UK, but wrestling could just randomly... That's the beauty about wrestling sometimes. They can just randomly forget about a feud just like that.
But it's also to the developmental territory.
Yeah. But I liked this episode. And I think, too, they didn't really, you could kind of tell, they didn't really go all out for this particular episode because this was, the day after NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool. So, I mean, obviously, I think, as the episode... Because I think the next 3 episodes are going to take place... here, and then the next because I think it's like NXT, they tape 3 episodes.
They tape multiple,
yeah, and then obviously when they go to Phoenix, which I actually, like I said, that's actually awesome. They're going to Phoenix. I wonder what reaction they'll get. But now on to regular NXT, which I have to actually get my notes up because I had my NXT UK notes up by accident. So that's not.
Ooh, look at that, huh? Someone's unprepared.
Yeah. All right, so it opened up. We had Percy Watson, Mauro Ranallo, and Nigel McGuinness. And I just think Nigel McGuinness' schedule's crazy. He's commentating main event, which he hasn't been doing that lately, because I think he's been so busy with the NXT UK brand. I have a feeling he's gonna get pulled from that, which. I think that I don't think Nigel would complain about that. I wouldn't want to commentate main event either. So
I wouldn't either.
I don't even think you would show up to work. And then Percy. But yeah, he's doing this show 205, and he's also doing NXT UK and NXT. I mean, he's really not as busy as you would think though, because NXT UK and NXT kind of does separately because they tape so much in advance. Like, like he actually didn't he live because this show was taped like January 3rd. So,
Yeah.
And we got to say too, like, Mo Manalo was still good on commentary. He's still really good, but he was a little off because he did send out like a tweet not that long ago because I think this show was taped not long after his car accident, and obviously you've been in a car accident, you're not as with it the next few days afterwards. So, you do have to give him a break. He was still really good though. Then you have the Velveteen Dream returns. This was the first time we had seen him since NXT Takeover War Games, probably two, because obviously we've seen him since the first one. Or maybe he was invisible the whole time.
Could have been invisible.
Yeah, because there was an invisible guy in the Royal Rumble match in 2005. You never know. Maybe he was the invisible guy in the Royal Rumble match in 2000.
He was.
And he pretty much says that he wants to go after the NXT North American Championship. And then Adam Cole and Bobby Fish come out. There was no Roderick Strong or Kyle O'Reilly on this show because I think they gave a storyline reason saying they were preparing for their NXT Tag Team title match. So, and they pretty much say that they deserve the NXT North American title match because they want to have all of Undisputed. They will hold all the gold in NXT, which I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're just going to keep saying that. I have some beliefs that it is going to happen, but for that to happen, Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly would have to hold the belts a little longer.
Yeah.
I don't think Ciampa's losing his belt anytime soon, and I don't think Ricochet, if he is going to lose his belt, it's not. He's not losing it to like Bobby Fish. They're not going to go right back to Adam Cole as champion, and I don't think Bobby Fish is going to be. If he is going to hold the North American title, he won't beat Ricochet for it. So it's really because it's really tough. Because obviously too, like Adam Cole would have to turn face too to beat Tommaso Ciampa for the belt. Because Undisputed. Because anyone that goes up against Ciampa is going to be the de facto baby face. So, but yeah, this Velveteen Dream attacks him, and he obviously doesn't lay him out, but he quickly runs off afterwards. And obviously this leads into a match between Velveteen Dream and Bobby Fish later on in the show. So what is going on with Bobby Fish, by the way? Is he not fully recovered from his injury? Because he's still wearing the knee brace, or is that like just a gimmick? Because
it's kind of like what Ciampa does.
Yeah, because he was out for a while. But I thought this opening segment was awesome because I thought originally when Velveteen Dream was going to come back, he was just going to have like some squash match or something. But I like that they kind of thought outside the box and had him do like a program. They're clearly, obviously, setting up a program between Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream, because they're not really doing anything right now, so that would make sense. Then you had the build-up for the NXT Women's Title match where Shayna Baszler said why she's going to win and Bianca Belair said why she's going to win. Because obviously they're not going to say why they're going to lose. That would be stupid. That'd be really stupid.
Why are you going to lose? Why am I going to lose? Yeah, I'm going to lose.
It's pretty much, belt versus streak. So I actually like this video package. It did a good job of hyping up, the women's match at TakeOver. And then this match was awesome. I'll let you talk about this match. Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan versus Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner.
This is a hard-hitting affair.
Yeah.
Very fast-paced. I thought this match went like a little bit too short.
Yeah.
Fabian Eichner was just flying all over the fucking place.
Definitely.
It was just a fucking brutal match.
Yeah.
Should have been a little bit longer, but just a fucking great match.
I thought so too, yeah. And I feel like I'm okay with it in a way because this isn't going to be the end of this. I think they're having clearly with the finish with, I think it was Oney Lorcan. No, I think it was Danny Burch rolled up Fabian Eichner to get the win. They're obviously going to do another match because but I thought this match was very hard hitting. Like, I can't even do this match justice. Just go watch this match, and you'll understand why it's awesome. So, I thought this match was ruled. I really wish, And I like that Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bartel because it's pretty cool because it's like an NXT UK crossover thing. I like that they're working, they're clear, both shows in a way. So,
Oh yeah,
um, I feel like that's going to happen the next few weeks because, well, actually, I don't know if maybe this is going to be the end of the program because it's going to be hard for Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner to work. Well, actually, maybe they actually could probably work around it because if NXT is going to be UK is going to be taped in Phoenix, they actually probably can continue this program because Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner can go back and do the Full Sail tapings if they have to. I really wish though they had saved this match for the dark match next week because that match would have been awesome.
yeah,
Especially too because like they really, but then again, I feel like they wouldn't have done as much in this match though as they did because the dark matches the wrestlers kind of don't do as much as they would. So it's really tough. But then you have the build up for the NXT Championship match, which I thought that was an awesome build up. That was an awesome video package. I did like the jab that Tommaso Ciampa gave to Aleister Black. How Aleister Black was the champion, but Tommaso Ciampa pretty much stole the spotlight because that's exactly what happened. Because Tommaso Ciampa was like the main event of every takeover when Aleister Black was the champions or in the title match. So, I actually like that. And obviously, Aleister Black referred to Tommaso Ciampa as the puppet master, which that makes sense. Then you had Io Shirai and Kairi Sane, who it's good to see Kairi Sane's back because she just recently had that illness not that long ago.
yeah.
That was back in November. So, they wrestled. I don't know how to say her first name. Tanai Brooks and Amber Nova. Obviously, we knew Kairi Sane and Io Shirai would win in this match because they're not going to have the enhancement talent win. So,
Yeah.
There's that.
Well, if you watch TNA, Tanea Brooks is Rebel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize her.
Yeah, Tanea Brooks is her real name.
She didn't. She didn't look. She kind of looked like she's bigger than she was in TNA.
Yeah.
And she didn't really look very good in this match. I thought like
No,
some of her selling I thought was kind of off. So, I did like the finish to this match where they did the pump up like elbow drop into like the moonsault. And this makes me kind of wonder if they're putting in the women's tag team titles if they're gonna call Io Shirai and Kairi Sane right up to be a part of that because they need tag teams because they don't really have a lot. So. And then they do like this annoying backstage promo where Io Shirai and Kairi Sane talk, and they were doing this annoying laughter. It was just get out of here with that type of crap. Like
get out of here.
Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke challenge them to a match, and that gets made official next week. I mean, that match probably will be good, but I just think Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner should have been all over that match.
Yes.
Then you had the Velveteen Dream versus Bobby Fish with Adam Cole. This match I thought was really good. I was very surprised Velveteen Dream went over, mainly because of his recent tweets. I heard he was going to get punished for that, but I actually was surprised he went over. And yeah, I thought this match was really good. Like, especially when like Bobby Fish put him in the knee bow and stuff. I thought Velveteen Dream was going to tap out and stuff. So, Bobby Fish too was just. He's like crazy too. I think that guy needs a lot of help right now. So
he does.
And then obviously Adam Cole tries to attack him, but Velveteen Dream escapes. And you could make the argument that like you could say like Velveteen Dream fought off a 2-on-1 situation, but it's not like it's gonna hurt Bobby Fish losing anyways. So because I don't think it did hurt him. I mean, it hurt him because he got hit with an elbow drop, so it hurt him in a little sense, but figuratively it didn't hurt him. Unless it hurt his heart, then
it could. It could have.
And then Ricochet, I'll let you talk about the ending segment because I want to know your thoughts on that. Ricochet and Johnny Gargano's face-to-face segment, they were hyping up the whole day.
This is just a fucking complete clusterfuck.
Oh, you hated it?
What?
You hated it?
No, it wasn't. Not that I hated it.
Oh.
It was just a complete clusterfuck. Absolute clusterfuck. In an awesome way.
Okay.
Because, of course, Ricochet comes out and starts talking crap about Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling comes out and says that the old Johnny Gargano would come out and, charge down the ramp and beat the crap out of you. But this Johnny Gargano always has a plan. And out comes Tommaso Ciampa through the crowd and blasts Ricochet from behind. And Johnny Gargano just starts beating the crap out of him on the outside.
Yeah, that's probably going to be like what his plan was too.
Yeah. And Aleister Black obviously comes out, makes kind of the save.
He came up out of nowhere too. Like he wasn't even on camera when he came out.
Yeah, he wasn't on camera. Black comes out and starts beating the crap out of Tommaso Ciampa. And Johnny Gargano standing on the outside of the ring, waits a second, goes in, and saves Ciampa. And they start just beating the crap out of Ricochet and Aleister Black. And you have your potential DIY reunion.
Well, because you missed the NXT talk we did last week. They kind of had like a mini reunion in a way where they did the maybe in the middle to Aleister Black in the cage match. So you know about that, right? They did
I watched it.
Okay. And I liked at the ending too, like where Johnny Gargano and like Tommaso Ciampa are like standing next to each other, but they're like kind of conflict. Like obviously Tommaso Ciampa's happy with this, but you could kind of see like Johnny Gargano was like very conflicted right now.
Yeah. And then Candice LeRae came out and kind of pushed Johnny away.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
But basically, trying to talk him out of it, and he's kind of listening, and yeah.
Something tells me Candice LeRae is going to join here with them. Because they've been kind of teasing a heel turn with her, too, where she's going darker a little bit, too.
Yeah.
But I thought this segment was just awesome. Like, I thought everything... It was a clusterfuck, like I said, in a good way. I thought everything kind of made sense about it. And James has, like, this theory that... and obviously other people, that Johnny Gargano is obviously... faking this heel turn to get on Tommaso Ciampa's good side and finally screw him over once and for all. That's probably the direction they're going in. I guess I wouldn't hate it, but I don't know. I kind of like this new heel Johnny Gargano. I think it's actually pretty awesome.
Heel, not heel Johnny Gargano.
Like, it's like he's like a delusional heel. He thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's doing, things like attacking Aleister Black in the parking lot, cheap shot and Ricochet and stuff to kind of, he's doing darker things to get what he wants. And I actually think it's a very interesting direction. And it's something I've never seen before in wrestling, too. The heel thinks he's doing... I mean, I guess that's like technically what a heel is anyways, but he's actually like a delusional heel where he's openly saying he's doing the right things and stuff.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like this new heel Johnny Gargano, and I kind of hope... I mean, obviously because clearly he's gonna go back to being a face at some point because you can't keep him heel forever. But I kind of hope like this lasts at least like until after until like the SummerSlam takeover. Because a lot of people are talking that DIY is gonna get caught up after Mania. I don't think so. I actually think they're gonna stay in NXT a little longer. Because I'll talk about this now.
All right, NXT takeover Phoenix.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll save the Worlds Collide show for a different day.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our predictions for that.
Did we just announce it as basically one?
What do you mean?
Just we're predicting both shows instead of saying, because it's just me and you.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, so the Worlds Collide, I just deleted the link, but here's what's going on with this Worlds Collide thing. So these are being taped because obviously they do the fan access shows with the Royal Rumble, Survivor. I don't think they do it with Survivor Series actually, but WrestleMania. Those are the main ones they do it for. And obviously they have matches when they meet people. So what they're doing is they're going to air these matches, and they're doing a special little tournament. and it's going to be represented by NXT, NXT UK, and 205 Live, which I think that makes sense because that's kind of like Triple H's projects. But he's heavily involved with each of the things. And they're doing a tournament. They're going to do a battle royal, and the order of eliminations will decide the brackets of the tournament. And there's, I believe, like 5 for each of the representations. And whichever one wins, it's kind of like the Royal Rumble. They can pick a title they want to go after. Now, obviously, if like, someone over 205 Live wins, they don't qualify to go after the Cruiserweight title, even though Grand Metalik qualifies somehow, but that's beside the point. The competitors representing NXT is Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Dominic Dijakovic. I don't think that's how you say his name, but you obviously know who that is, so I don't need to see. Keith Lee and Shane Thorne, because obviously Shane Thorne's singles now. So, the NXT UK representation, and I actually think they made the right choices, is Mark Andrews, Tyler Bate, Travis Banks, Jordan Devlin, and Zach Gibson. If it was me, the only thing I would have changed is replacing Travis Banks with Trent Seven, but that's just me.
Yeah.
And I like NXT. I'm not as critical about it because I think like the reason some of these guys are in here is because most of the top guys are on the takeover code. So, and then representing 205 Live is Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, TJP, and Humberto Carrillo. Now, obviously, it's really tough, like who would win because obviously we don't know the brackets yet. So, what I think though is I think they should give it to like an NXT. Actually, I think they should give it to a 205 Live guy because it would really do wonders for 205 Live. Because NXT UK, I don't really think needs it. But it really could go either way. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So NXT Takeover Phoenix.
All right. So obviously you get the first pick because you're the champion, and obviously if I got the first pick, you would automatically win. So here's what the tiebreakers are going to be. The dark matches that air, huh?
An automatic win for me.
No, that's what that's not happening. The dark match. So the dark matches before Takeover, but if we tie on those, it will.
What were the dark matches? What's the dark match?
There's 2 of them. It's Street Profits versus 2 members of Forgotten Sons, and Io Shirai and Kairi Sane versus Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. But if we get the same picks on that, the NXT UN Awards will be our tiebreaker.
Okay. Let's go.
All right, so we'll start with the dark matches. Street Profits versus Forgotten Sons. Who you got for that one?
The Prophets of the Street.
I actually agree with that. I mainly because I want them to win because it's the Street Profits are awesome. And then Io Shirai and Kairi Sane versus Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir.
Io and Kairi.
So I'll go different on this one. I'm going to say Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke because they lost their first match. And I think they need to win their second match. But I could easily see it going either way.
I just don't think... I mean, yeah, it could go that way, but Kairi Sane's just coming back from that illness, too, also.
Yeah. Well, it's also tough, too, because, like, if they want to do that 4-horsewoman match, you can't make Jessamine Duke and, Marina Shafir look like crap. I mean, they're not going to do...
I think they can afford to lose as long as Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey don't.
Yeah. Because I think right now they're just kind of like the background of Shayna.
They're the background of the background.
Yeah. Then you have Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno.
Matt Riddle.
Yeah, that's an easy win right there. I mean, I know Cassius Ohno's like doing this heel thing, but I still think his spot in the
He's just fat.
Yeah. Then you have the NXT North American Championship match, Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano.
I'm gonna go Johnny Wrestling on this one.
I am too.
I think they're it's gonna be Gargano and Ciampa both of the titles, or one of them's gonna win and one of them's gonna lose.
Yeah.
I think I'll get to
my
point when I get there.
I think though Actually, I should probably wait too. Actually, because that'd be stupid for me to say a fantasy idea. But I feel like though, like every time I pick Gargano, he hasn't won. So
Yeah, I know. I think this might be his time.
yeah, because I don't think Ricochet. Because I feel like Ricochet. I like his title reign, but I feel like he's better chasing for a belt than being the champion because he hasn't really done much.
Or he could be moving up,
Yeah, to 205 or something. Yeah,
or to the NXT Championship,
yeah. Oh yeah, because you could face Ciampa.
because
Yeah,
that's intertwined too, also.
yeah,
Because he was jumped by Tommaso Ciampa on
yeah.
the television.
And they could do something where Ciampa helps Gargano win too.
Yeah.
So, Undisputed Era members Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong defending against War Raiders.
I think it's time for the War Raiders.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think because O'Reilly and Strong have been the champions since that episode of NXT when they won the titles for Mustache Mountain. So
Yeah.
they've had the belts for a while. I know they want to do that whole thing where they can hold all the belts, but I did say on NoDQ.com that doesn't necessarily mean NXT. They could hold them all on the main roster, which obviously that's very questionable.
Feasible.
It's very questionable in a way though, because obviously we know the main roster's history with NXT talent. So
yeah,
I feel like Adam Cole might do well on the main roster though, because I feel like Seth Rollins. But we'll see. And then we have the NXT Women's Title match. It's Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair.
I'm gonna go Bianca Belair.
I'm gonna go with Shayna Baszler. I don't think she's losing until after WrestleMania. And I know that's like you can't decide on that one.
Yeah,
though.
I'm gonna go Shayna Baszler.
Oh, you kick it?
Yeah, now that I think of it more,
yeah.
I just can't see her losing the championship again for the third time.
She just won it back.
It's such a short period of time.
I think this time when she loses it, she'll just be immediately called up to the main roster right after.
Yeah, I just don't think she's ready yet.
Which
Mainly because I find her to be completely unintimidating.
I also think too, Shayna Baszler's not going to get called up until Jessamine Duca and Marina Shafir are ready to be called up.
They're not even close.
Yeah, and I think
if you can't sell kicking your, missing a kick and kicking the ring post.
Yeah.
Then you're not ready.
And also, they've been trying to do attacks, when all three of them tried, that dog pack mentality, and it's like they don't understand how to do that yet. So
yeah.
But that's pretty hard to fuck up. So I don't know how you fuck that up. Then you have the NXT Championship match. It's Tommaso Ciampa versus Aleister Black.
I'm torn on this one. I really, really am. I'm gonna go Ciampa on this one.
And I also agree with that because so there's only one match that that affects it, is it's the dark match on this show.
I was like, what match? Oh yeah, the pre-show match.
So that we have to wait a whole week to find out if you even win. So I feel like I got to change one of my picks because if I don't, we won't. Actually, you can wait a week to find out, can you?
Yeah, let's add the suspense.
All right. Well, we also got to do the year-end awards, which those are going to be long. So let's.
So really, NXT Takeover Phoenix means nothing until Wednesday.
Well, let's see how the award show goes. So we have Future Star of the Year. I won't mention how you can vote because obviously you know how to vote. So it's Matt Riddle, Dominic Dijakovic, Io Shirai, Keith Lee, Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, The Forgotten Sons, Marina Shafir, and Jessamine Duke, and Kona Reeves.
Matt Riddle.
I agree with that. Because Kona Reeves is definitely not winning this award because he hasn't been on television. I think his gimmick is absolutely done. He wasn't. And then you have
how many awards?
Not that many.
Less than 10?
Yeah, less than 10.
Okay.
Breakout Star of the Year, you have Bianca Belair, Lars Sullivan, Lacey Evans, Ricochet, Rhea Ripley, War Raiders, Dakota Kai, and EC3.
I'm gonna go Ricochet.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
I think it was either between them. It was between him, maybe the War Raiders, or but definitely, I mean, he's the fucking North American champion.
Yeah. War Raiders really didn't do much until they got into the NXT tag title feud with Undisputed Era. Then you have Rivalry of the Year. It's Gargano Ciampa, Shayna Baszler, who attacked Aleister Black storyline, Gargano Almas, Mustache Mountain Undisputed Era, Ember Moon, Shayna Baszler, and Ricochet and Velveteen Dream.
Gargano champ.
Yeah, that's an easy one right there. All right, so
that was just so fucking good.
Now we got Match of the Year. There's a lot of nominees for this one because they like to throw them all out there. You have War Games, Gargano versus Almas from TakeOver Philadelphia last year. Mustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era when Undisputed Era won back the titles. Gargano versus Ciampa at New Orleans. This is when Gargano won his job back.
Yeah.
The North American title ladder match. Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler from TakeOver Brooklyn 4.
Is there only one Gargano Ciampa match on there?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes it fair then.
Okay. Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. Aleister Black versus Tommaso Ciampa when Ciampa won the belt. Pete Dunne versus Zach Gibson from from NXT August 22nd, 2017. Aleister Black versus Adam Cole in the Extreme Rules match from NXT TakeOver Phoenix.
I'm just going to go Gargano Almas as my pick.
I agree with that. I don't think there was any match
There's
better.
Too many fucking matches on there to go over.
I think Dave Meltzer came up with this list. That list. All right, you just gotta say what the best takeover was. Out of all the ones last year, I don't need to read those ones, do I?
I'm gonna say War Games.
I'm actually gonna go differently. I'm gonna say New Orleans.
New Orleans, really good show. Very, very good show.
Yeah. All right, tag team of the year. You have.
Hey, so if it comes down to this, we pick something different finally.
I know. Tag team of the year. We have Strong and O'Reilly, War Raiders, Street Profits, Heavy Machinery, Orchid and Birch, and Mustache Mountain.
I'm gonna go Undisputed Era because
yeah,
the other teams. I mean, Mustache Mountain's basically UK property at this point, and they really appeared on NXT TV in a while.
Yeah, and Undisputed
Era. Birch, yeah, but like same thing. They haven't really appeared in a while. Your constants are the Undisputed Era.
Also, too, because like half the great matches that all these teams had were with Undisputed Era, except the Street.
Oh, I know, yeah, pretty much. Well, to be determined with the War Raiders too, also because they have a championship match.
Yeah. And War Raiders didn't do much in NXT, like I said, prior to getting into a feud with Undisputed Era. All right, we got the NXT Male Competitor of the Year. It's Tommaso Ciampa, Velveteen Dream, Andrade Cien Almas, Johnny Gargano, Ricochet, Adam Cole, Pete Dunne, and Aleister Black.
Ricochet.
I'm gonna say Aleister Black. Just to be different.
Yeah.
My opinion, it's Tommaso Ciampa, but because this is a fan vote, I don't think he'll get the votes.
Yeah.
That'd be a bad idea. Actually, I'm going to change it then. I'm going to say Velveteen Dream because of how popular he is, actually.
Dream?
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Because, like, it's a fan vote, so.
Yeah.
All right. And obviously Almas isn't going to win because he wasn't in NXT the whole year, so.
Yeah.
And then you have the female award. It's Nikki Cross, Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, and Bianca Belair. I think this one's very obvious.
I'm gonna go Ember Moon.
Okay. I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler.
Actually, Shayna Baszler. I think she's gonna win it anyway.
Because I know you don't like Shayna Baszler, but that's the one they've mainly focused on all year.
Yeah, that's an obvious pick.
And then there's the overall competitor of the year, so it's just a mixture of these two awards. So you have to pick the overall competitor of the year.
Tough. There's a lot of great superstars
to
pick from. I'm gonna go with my boy Ricochet. I love Ricochet.
I know, because you really only pick because how it works is whoever wins male and female like will face off. So, I'm gonna say Velveteen. I think he would win it over Shane.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But
So
it's
we
hard
have,
because there's just too many to pick from.
yeah, I would say so. Just to remember, we have to. It's the male, female.
In overall, I think, right?
Well, what we'll do for overall though is if none of our picks win, we won't count it because
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, for the Rumble.
and then
Not the pick, but yeah.
it's the takeover of the year. So there's that. Now let's do the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble time.
Starting with the
two pre-show matches.
which obviously that will be one of the tiebreakers. You have the U.S. title match: Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'm gonna go new champion Shinsuke.
Okay, I'll say Rusev retains. I mean, it really doesn't matter anyway.
I just think that they've done nothing with the championship, and they're just gonna give it right back to Nakamura.
Yeah. The cruiserweight match: Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami versus Kalisto.
I'm gonna go outside the box Tango Hideo Itami.
Okay.
New
I'll say Buddy.
Pre-show.
I'll say Buddy Murphy retains because I feel like he's gonna hold the belt to WrestleMania. Then we have the Bar versus the Miz and Shane McMahon for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Miz and Shane.
It's clear. That's very obvious. I don't want him to win, but the only way they wouldn't is I think if the Miz turned on Shane. But I feel like they're gonna save that for a different show.
Yeah.
Raw Women's Title match: Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks.
Ronda.
Yep. The SmackDown Women's Title match: Asuka versus Becky Lynch.
Asuka.
Same. Daniel Bryan.
We all know what's gonna happen, pretty much.
Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE title.
I'm gonna go Bryan in this one.
Same. Brock Lesnar versus.
Could go either way though, really.
Yeah, I feel like it's too he's just doing such a great job with this new hero. It's way too soon to take the championship off.
It is very soon.
I think he should hold it till Mania, and then obviously maybe beyond Mania. But at least till Mania.
Yeah.
Then the Universal title match: Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor.
Depends on which Finn Balor we're gonna get here. Is it the Demon, or is it regular man Finn Balor?
I feel like I'll just tell you this for me. If he doesn't come out as the Demon, it's gonna be very disappointing.
It is gonna be disappointing.
Like, it wouldn't make any sense too. Out of all the times not to do the Demon gimmick, you would choose this time.
Yeah. Brock, for that specific. I just don't think that. I mean, they might do the Demon character, but I think it's unlikely.
I feel like he's gonna hold the belt till WrestleMania. Because if he's gonna be working WrestleMania, he's gonna be in the Universal title match. So
yeah.
And then we're gonna do the men first, just because I think the women's main event again this year. So
maybe I don't know. I don't think it is this year. I don't think they put enough focus on it this year to put it in the main event this year.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll just do the men's first because I have all the competitors. The competitors, I'll just say it, just because of time. Representing SmackDown, we have R-Truth, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, Andrade, Mustafa Ali, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton. Representing Raw, Drew McIntyre, Dean Ambrose, Bobby Lashley, Elias, but on Wikipedia, I think someone changed it and said he was a free agent, so that's kind of funny. Baron Corbin, Jinder Mahal, Apollo Crews, and Titus O'Neil. And John Cena. I think someone took Cena out of this match. Unless something's changed. And I will say, obviously, we're going to mention this. R-Truth is coming in number 30, but I don't think that changes the pick. So.
And Carmella's 30 for the women, too, so we have to say that.
Yeah. I feel like we've done 2 picks just because we've decided that's fair.
Yeah, 2 picks is what we've done normally anyway.
Yep. So you get the first 2 picks.
Pick number 1 for me is Seth Rollins.
Okay.
And Drew McIntyre.
So pick number one for me is the same Seth Rollins. Because I think him dethroning Brock. Because I think a lot of guys winning the men's rumble this year. They're
Yeah,
not going
just
to be.
because built up enough on SmackDown.
Yeah, and I actually gonna say that Braun Strowman will be a surprise entrant and win the rumble.
Braun's a good pick.
Yeah. Now let's ask any surprise entrances. You can
I
do
think
it.
there's going to be probably minimum of 5.
Yeah.
I don't know who it's going to be, but I think you're going to get a mixture of free agents, and maybe 2 or I would say probably maybe 3 NXT guys and 2 free agents.
Okay.
Or if you want to make it like kind of even, 3 free agents, 3 NXT call ups.
They've been doing like
guys in general.
They've been doing reports like possible surprise entrants, but I don't want to read them because I
don't either. I saw them. Pro Wrestling Unlimited posted a YouTube video. Don't want to see it. It said spoilers for the Royal Men's Rumble or spoilers for the Royal Rumble. I don't know if it meant men's or women's. I don't care. I don't want to see them.
So I think the surprise entrance will be represented because I'm not gonna say all of them, but it's 19. So also like I think some of the guys are gonna fill up. Like we'll have like some of the new like NXT guys come in, like EC3.
Oh yeah. All the new ones that they were mentioning.
Yeah. But I think for like actual like NXT, I think Aleister Black will be in the Rumble, and I'm gonna say Velveteen Dream will be in the Rumble. I'm gonna go on a limb
for him in NXT anymore.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say Pete Dunne. They'll do an NXT UK representation just to kind of put that.
Yeah, that's true.
If the 3 I could see from like NXT UK would be Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Dave Mastiff, just because I think he would be recognizable if he came out. So
yeah. Now the women's.
Well, no, I want to say the free agents too. I always pick Undertaker every year. Gonna keep picking Undertaker every year. And I actually think this is going to happen. I think Batista is going to be a surprise entrant.
Yeah, because Triple H cleared.
Yeah. And I think go on a limb, and it's probably not going to happen. I'm going to say Abyss will be a surprise entrant. Even though I know he's probably not going to be, but I'm just going to go on just completely on a limb. So, I'm a woman's. So, representing SmackDown, we have Carmella, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Zelina Vega, Naomi, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Charlotte Flair, and Lana. Representing Raw, we have Ember Moon, Natalya, Bayley, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Alicia Fox, Mickie James, Tamina, Dana Brooke, Nia Jax, and Alexa Bliss. And then the free agents are Nikki Cross and Lacey Evans. So you get 2 picks.
Charlotte and Alexa.
Oh, okay. So I feel like I should get 3 because one of my picks is Becky. But what if Becky's not in it? I
actually no. I'm picking Charlotte and Becky.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick Becky and I forgot for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Becky. So we do 3 then, because if Becky's not in it, we kind of lose a pick.
Yeah. We'll do.
So
3.
I'm gonna say
included with Alexa and Charlotte. I'm picking Becky.
Okay. I'm gonna say Becky, Charlotte, and I think they'll do Ember Moon so that way, because Asuka needs an opponent at WrestleMania. But I think the WWE is stupid if they don't have Charlotte or, Becky win, because that's the only way you can set up Wanda to face one of them at WrestleMania, so that they win the Rumble. So
yeah,
I think it should be Becky. I know I hear rumors they want to do a triple threat. I think they should I think that'd be stupid. I think if they want to do the first women's WrestleMania main event, it's got to be 1-on-1, not triple threat.
It can't be triple threat, yeah.
And if Becky doesn't come out, I think it's going to be like 2014 Royal Rumble when Daniel Bryan wasn't in it and people were just booing. So maybe maybe they wouldn't put it on last if Becky's not going to be in it. Because I don't think they would boo like the men's Rumble. I think like if Becky isn't in the female Rumble, I think they would have Seth Rollins win to kind of send everybody home happy. So
yeah.
But as for like surprise entrants, I think Trish and Lita will be in it again because and obviously for NXT, I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler will make an appearance and Mia Yim. I would say Mia Yim. I'll go on a limb with that one. I think Mia Yim will be. And for NXT, I think they're gonna have Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley be in it because they've kind of been the big stars in NXT UK. So there's that.
It's everything.
And also, actually, I'm also gonna say for 205, I think we'll have one 205 live guy in the men's rumble, and it will be Cedric Alexander.
Yep. That's everything. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, over 2.5 hours. Think about it. We have to do this again next week because we have all the other shows to talk. And I forgot main event. I forgot.
No. I'm gonna leave.
You dodged the bullet with that one. Next week we'll review main event. So
no, we won't. Never reviewing ever.
you lucked out. I talked about it all week and I completely forgot.
Yeah.
So we have to be. So I'm gonna have to watch this video back because we're not together this year for the Rumbles and stuff. I feel like it'd be tough to keep track of. So
it would be.
You write your. So we're gonna write them down in the chat. You write your picks. In the chat.
Huh? I already kind of forgot.
All right, then
a lot of shit that we had to go over.
I'll write them down then.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you have anything you want to plug or promote?
Nope. Leaving.
All right. See you later.